on Generic Gold. My name is Jordan Harris. I'm the technical consultant of Generic Gold. As well on the line, we have Richard Patricio. He is the president and CEO. Generic Gold is a junior exploration company with flagship property in the Abitibi Greenstone belts of Quebec, with other key assets in the Yukon. The Quebec-based Belvase project is contiguous with Amex Exploration's Perron project, which is currently running one of the largest drill programs in the junior exploration space in Canada, with their drilling consistently returning high-grade gold hits. Within the mineral exploration market, each company needs to have three things to be successful in the market. These are good assets, great management, and key investors. And I believe Generic has a great combination of all three for remarkable value. Forward-looking statement. I'm going to be making some forward-looking statements in this presentation. If you're interested in reading the whole disclosure, it's available on our website, genericgold.ca. Our qualified person on this project is Hugues Guillain Tremblay, qualified under the Canadian NI 43101 standards. Generic Gold has a very tightly held corporate structure with approximately 59 million shares outstanding with roughly $6.5 million cash on hand. There are 22 million warrants that will bring in $11.5 million, with the primary exercise price being at 50 cents Canadian. With this monetary position, Generic Gold is well funded and has the capital for its upcoming exploration projects. The market cap of Generic Gold is around $25 million, with key investors including Eric Sprott and a significant portion of the outstanding shares being controlled by management. As for the story of Generic Gold, we started as a Yukon-based exploration company in March 2018. In July 2020, the company acquired a large portion of the Belvase property and expanded its land position once again in the Abitibi in late September 2020. These acquisition events correlate to the dramatic spikes on the graph shown. Management. Generic Gold has a diverse group of management of individuals from both professional and technical backgrounds. Starting with Richard Patricio, he is the president and CEO of Generic. He is a qualified lawyer with over 20 years experience in the public and private markets. He has built and established multiple successful mineral exploration companies, including NextGen Energy, which owns claims to one of the highest grade uranium deposits in the world. Richard is a serial investor and is an entrepreneur and has raised over $1 billion for various enterprises throughout his career. Next, Arvin Ramos. He is our Chief Financial Officer for Generic. Next, Aaron Stone. He acts as the VP Exploration of Generic Gold and is a geologist with extensive experience in mineral exploration in both Quebec and Australia. He has previously worked with companies including Newmont and BHP, as well as a recent tenure with Laurentia Exploration, where a majority of his work was on the Amex Exploration's Perron property. Aaron brings a strong understanding of the mineralization in the region, and this will provide key insights to Generic Gold on its upcoming projects. Myself, I am the technical consultant for Generic Gold. Continuing on to Victor Contore. He acts as a director for Generic Gold as well. He is currently the president, CEO, and director of Amex Exploration. He has extensive experience in structuring companies and making shareholders a lot of money throughout his career. Kelly Malcolm, he acts as a director for Generic and has extensive experience in the junior exploration market. He currently is the VP Exploration of Amex, as well as previously the president and CEO of Generic Gold. Finally, we have Nathan Tribble. He is a director for Generic Gold and is a geologist who has held multiple roles throughout his career, including the senior principal geologist for Eric Sprott, where he worked on analyzing the value of different mineral deposits around the world. Moving on to our projects, all of Generic Gold's projects are located within Canada, with its flagship property being in Quebec, with other key projects within the Yukon. The Belvase project sits on the Quebec-Ontario border with close proximity to the town of Normantel, while the Yukon property is spread out throughout the province, all within the Tintina Gold Belt. The Belvais property is located in the prolific Abitibi greenstone belts of Quebec. This area is held to multiple world-class orogenic and polymetallic VMS deposits, which have been distributed across all 5 main break zones. The Belvais project is located on the central zone called the Jacobi Deformation Zone. The central break has comparable mineralization styles to the Abitibi region with similar geology, age, and genesis. Although it wasn't until recently, after Amex Exploration's discovery of a high-grade gold system on their Perron project, that has spurred on a renaissance of mineral exploration within the area. Now, Generic Gold is attempting to capitalize on its strategic position of its claims, alongside with the expertise of their management system, with hopes to apply similar strategies of exploration as Amex in discovering yet another gold system within the area. Continuing on to the infrastructure of the Belvais project. The Belvais project is located near the town of Normatel. This area is accessible by year-round highways, as well as the Lassar Airport south of the center block. And it is approximately 8-hour drive from major markets in Canada, including Toronto and Montreal. I highlight the infrastructure within this project because it is essential to minimalizing our exploration budget. Being in the town of Normatel gives Generic the opportunity to reduce its expenditures on lodging and mobilization and demobilization costs. Additionally, the surrounding area of the Abitibi supplies an essential supply of workers for the project. Continuing on to the claim packages. The Belvais project is one of the largest land positions in the overall zone. It is made up of 4 unique claim blocks totaling over 12,000 hectares, with the western extent of the property being contiguous with Amex Perron project and the Star Peak New Metal project, which includes the historic mine site of Normatel. While the eastern block of the property is adjacent with companies of IM Gold and Osisko Metals. Stepping into the regional geology, I want to look at the area of mineralization, including the properties of Amex and Star Peak. One critical structure to point out is this Normatel fault, which is trending northwest southeast and is a regional scale fault system. Alongside this fault, both of the mineral exploration projects of Amex and Star Peak have been found along this contact. Within the Star Peak claims, there is a smaller satellite mine to the northwest of Normatel, located by this red dot. If you follow this package of rhyolite along strike, you can find it correlating with other historical mineral showings of silver, copper, and zinc. One to note is this Vior Clermont in this ellipse circled on the map. Now, with this being said, Generic has identified these sequences of rhyolites and andesites north of the Normatel fault as areas keyly amenable to mineralization, and subsequently targeted them with the Belvais project claims. Looking at the overall extent of the property, we can see how these volcanic assemblages extend along strike in both directions. Within these geological units, as mentioned, we have multiple historical mineral showings, with numerous of them falling within the Generic claims. With this targeting of these assemblages in mind, Generic has collected a land package covering over 20 kilometers of the significant Normatel fault zone, compiling a land position with immense opportunity to host mineralization. Looking at our Quebec exploration plan, forwarding the Belvais project is the top priority for Generic. We have recently announced our 2020 field program, which is to include an airborne VTEM geophysics survey, as well as B horizon soil sampling, with follow-up drilling planned in the Q2, Q3 2021 period. Additionally, Generic will continue its efforts to expand its land package in the Normatel area or elsewhere along the deformation zone. Now continuing to the Yukon portfolio. As mentioned, the Yukon Generic has properties within the Yukon, many of them residing close to significant mineral deposits. Currently, Generic has 5 projects, all located in the Titania Gold Belt. These are located alongside major cities and highways in the Yukon. I'm going to be focusing on 2 of these projects, including the Goodman in Seattle and the VIP projects, and going into detail. Starting off with the Goodman in Seattle project, this is an area that is located in the District of Mayo, north of the Silver Trail, and is accessible by year-round roads. Recently, there has been an explosion of mineral exploration in the area caused by the opening of the highly acclaimed Eagle Mine, which began operation in Q2 2019 and is indicated to be the largest gold mine in Yukon history, with a mineral resource of over 3.6 million ounces of gold. Looking at Generic's claims, the Goodman property is contiguous with the Victoria Dublin Gulch property and is located along the same mineralized trend, which is named the Potato Hills Gold Trend, as the Eagle Mine. Well, if we continue to the south, we are looking at the Seattle project. The Seattle project is located contiguously with many other active exploration companies in the area. It is located in the Keno Hill geological formations, which have been found host to high-grade silver vein deposits. This Keno Hill area has been mined for over 200 million ounces of silver, with Alexco's resources plans to reinvigorate the silver district once again with 4 mineable targets. Additionally, the Seattle claim is contiguous with active exploration projects, including Allianz's Hallandane project and Banyan's Nitra project. The second Yukon project that I'm going to highlight is the VIP claims. The VIP claims are located 120 kilometers south of Dawson City in the White Gold District. This area has multiple different active mineral exploration companies, although the most significant is Newmont with their Coffee project, which is an indicated resource of 1.7 million ounces of gold. The VIP project is found along a historically mineralized contact adjacent to properties of Independence Gold and White Gold. Looking at our Yukon exploration plan, we are currently assessing all of the different exploration activity that has been conducted on the projects and reassessing and extracting all significant information. We are then taking this information and following up with a hopeful drill program in 2021 field season. Now coming to a close, I want to highlight some key aspects of Generic Gold. Firstly, all of Generic Gold's projects are located in politically stable, mining-friendly localities of Quebec and Yukon. The company is well-funded with key investors, including Eric Sprott. We have over $6.5 million in the bank, which is ready to be put towards mineral exploration activity. Generic controls 100% ownership of the highly prospective Belvase project, which has potential for multiple styles of mineralization, including orogenic gold and rich polymetallic VMS. Generic has a tightly held corporate structure and is well capitalized in the market. And finally, Generic Gold has a veteran management team with professionals with extensive experience in discovery and delineation of mineral resources. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation.